Part 2. But of course, I'm telling this side of the story to show how things, I guess, led up to what the situation was. So then I asked him, so if you had an ex-girlfriend, would you be okay with me dating her? Now, mind you, this wasn't an anticipated move per se, because at the point that we were having this conversation, he wasn't with her. I know I'm telling the story kind of out of way, but I want to make a few things clear of how this situation played out so that you can see that there's no implications that can be made. But back to the story. So he said that he would be cool with that situation, that he wouldn't have any qualms about me dating an ex of his. And I think this was due to me being accepting of him doing the same. So, moving the story forward, I was living with him, they broke up, and I was still dealing with some of her friends. That's where the story left off. So, one day, I was down at my ex-girlfriend's A's house, that is one of her friends. And I didn't have a cell phone at the time. So landlines was the norm of getting in touch with someone. So I guess the lady on the screen had been calling me, trying to get a hold of me at various places that she knew that I was. Well, she ended up calling A's house, and A came out, of course, and she was like, hey, I'm gonna call her S, the lady on the screen. S is on the phone, and she wants to talk to you. She's crying. She said that something's wrong. I couldn't make it out. So I'm like, all right, cool. And I'm like, because this time was very strenuous for me, because I didn't want to get involved in their situations, their breakups. Like, I wasn't invested in that. As you can see, I was down trying to do my own thing. You know what I mean? So I get to the phone, and she's like, I need you to come over. You know, she's all sobbing and crying. I need you to come over. You know, me and W, we got into it, and we're no longer together. He said that he never wants to see me again, and blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'll be down there in a minute. So I didn't have a car at the time, and I had to walk 15 minutes down to her house. It's like 15, 20 minutes. And it was hot that day. It was really hot that day. It was like 95 degrees. I remember this vividly. So she stayed in a duplex. She stayed upstairs. So she had this long staircase. And I come up to the stairs. I open the front door, and I open the staircase doors, and I noticed that she's at the top of the stairs. And I couldn't really make it out, but she looked like she had some shorts on and, you know, just a little t-shirt or whatever. And it didn't dawn on me what the situation was, you know, because it was hot outside. She didn't have AC or nothing like that, so I just took it as she's hot. Normally, I mean, to tell another part of this story. So there was one time that I was at W's house, and she had been asking me little innuendo questions about my size, you know what I mean? And, you know, I kind of shrugged them off like, you know, it was innocent, and she was referencing me with another woman. And I told her, like, you know, I'm a virgin, like, yeah, I ain't never been with no chick like that. She was like, so no woman knows? You know, and she was like, and I was like, nah, no woman knows about that. And she was like, oh, okay. And left it at that. So this will help play, that little piece will help play into telling this story. Because I don't want to leave out the contextual part. So anyways, I go up the stairs, and she's not crying anymore. You know, everything seems to be normal. She seems happy to see me. The normal things that went on when we interacted. So I come in, her mom's not home. We're sitting on the couch, and she's like, stay right here. and she goes to the back room. Now, I remember vividly what I was watching. I was watching Crocodile Hunter, the dude, the Irwin guy, and or whatever his name was. And I'm sitting there, really in tune with that, because I've always been about science. Anything about the natural world has been my go-to for entertainment. So I'm sitting there watching it. Now, mind you, how the house is structured. It's the doors in front of me that I came in, and the couches are facing the door, so is the TV. And the rooms are to the back of me. So off to my right are to the rooms. You can faintly see her room if you look closely to the right, but you can't look directly into it. You can see just like the crevice of the door or something like that. So I can't tell what she's doing back there, nor am I interested in what she's doing. So I'm sitting there watching TV, real in tune with it, and she comes and sits on my lap. And I'm like, what? What's this all about? And she says to me, I've been wondering how big your dick is since I met you. And I'm like, I'm struck by this. And yeah, that's how that went down. And to be honest with you, it would be, if it was a female doing this to a guy, that would be probably considered illegal, criminal, if you will. I'm not going to say those type of words on here because I don't want YouTube to ping me down as somebody who's into that type of context. But anyways, it would be criminal. People would say you took that. You know what I mean? Because I didn't say no, but I didn't say yeah neither. You know what I mean? I was more shell shocked than anything. So I'm sitting there getting bobbed on, and I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? And I'm out of body experience at this point. You know what I mean? Because this is not something that I've anticipated or looked forward to or plotted on or nothing. You know what I mean? So I don't see this coming at all. This is like completely left field. You know what I mean? So, she does the damn thing, and she's nice. She's a nice, body on point. I don't know what else to say to you about it. But we continued that relationship, but the situation gets kind of murky because she's not with dude no more. But at the same time, dudes always talk about it, and I'm just sitting there like, because I was still living at my homeboy's house, and I was just looking at him like, he's like, man, fuck that bitch, I don't want nothing else to do with it, and this and that, and I'm just looking at him like she's bobbing me. She's been bobbing me for like the past 2-3 weeks, bro. Like, that's what I really want to tell her. But I'm the type of dude that leaves well enough alone. Like, I ain't trying to cause no situations. I ain't trying to bring up no past hurt, nothing like that. And we had that conversation maybe a year and a half previous to their situation, so I'm not thinking nothing of it. But she starts to go to school, and she wasn't clingy, you know what I mean, but she started to show more affection towards me, and people picked up on this. And W had a brother that went to the school. We'll just call him A. So A goes back to his brother and is like, yo, I seen a few things, maybe you want to ask your mans about it. So he comes to me like, yo, what's the situation? And I told him what it was. Here's the thing about me, man. I stand in the face of what I am. You know what I mean? I've been that way for a long time because I learned at a young age that running away was never the solution. So I tell people, once people see what I am, yeah, this is what you see. So I end up, getting kicked out of there. So I'm completely homeless at this point. You know what I mean? I'm on the streets, roughing it. You know what I mean? So she gets a hold of me, gets in touch with me. Matter of fact, this is when I met the two white girls. I'll tell that story another time. I told it a little bit previously, but I'll tell that story in another video. But this is when I met the two white girls. So I was staying with the one white girl for like a week, and she found out about it, and she was like, "Well, you can come stay with me and my mom's," and I was like, "Yeah, that'll be straight." So I was getting buns on the daily, like young nice buns on the daily, like fresh out. Like she had only been with W, no other dude. So like I got premium buns, you feel me? And pretty premium buns at that. I don't know what it is, but it seems that the women that men want, like higher desirable, like because she was highly desired in school, it's just that she didn't have the social status because she came from a poor household to act on that. Like getting her hair straightened, like you see in the video, was kind of like a once in a lifetime kind of thing. She normally wore it curly, you know. So, you know, her to look a certain way, she would have to have some money to do so. But she was just naturally pretty, and dudes was sleeping on that. But when they seen her around with me, then her reputation started to jump a little bit because I had a reputation. I had a reputation in school, and it wasn't because of me being a jock or me being an athlete, or you know, it was just because I was firm in my stance and my masculinity at a very young age, and I think people could recognize that. Like I wouldn't no punk, but I wouldn't the type of dude to go hard at you for no reason neither. I had a principle at a very young age. And people would wonder, well, how do you get into your situations past that point? Well, because my principality is what matured. Though for that age, I'm always ahead of the game when it comes to wisdom and intellect. My peers don't have anything on me normally. But anyways, you know, so she started to, you know, show her, because I had a, yo, put this on, you know, wear your hair this way, you know, do this, do that, and people start to notice that, especially the men. I seen it, like I said, I seen it attract women that a lot of the men want, but I don't really pay attention to her that way. I can't say that she, like, I noticed that she was pretty, but I was like, she pretty for somebody else. You know what I mean? Like, she's not mine. She's not mine until she's mine. But it seems the women that dudes want seem to be highly drawn to me, which I'm cool with. That's how it's been all my life. But it's a very small pool. That's the reason why I don't deal with a lot of women, because a lot of women don't choose, but the ones who choose are pretty sought after for whatever it is, whether it be their looks, their intellect, their something. There's something about them that men seek after them for, specifically. And of course with her, it was her looks. Like she had a banging body. Like she was thick, you know what I mean? Like, and her hair was nice. She had pretty eyes and pretty skin and all that craziness. Like she took care of herself, but she just didn't have the money to style herself up into a status. So, on with the story. I ended up staying with them for about 6 months. And this was a crazy time. This was a crazy time. Maybe I'll tell that story another time. But I just wanted to lay that on you guys. This is me chasing the bunny. You know, this is my first encounter with the bunny. And I don't mean bunny as in white girl. That's what I called her. I called her Bunny. There are more encounters with Bunny, but I'm going to save that for another video. I figured I'd just tell this story. I mean, like I said, it's not super luxurious and nothing like that, but this is the portion that made me. And there are more parts to the story, which I'll make another video about. But this one's long enough. Say goodbye to the bunny. You'll see her again.